Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and hello if you're new. Make sure you subscribe before you leave, that way you won't miss out on another pick a card reading. I do one on my channel every single Friday. Okay, so today we're going to be focusing on what this full moon is bringing. We're having a full moon on Sunday, July 5th. This full moon is in Capricorn and it's also a lunar eclipse, so there's a lot going on, and this reading is basically to see what energies are coming your way, what you need to know, what you're going to be releasing, what to expect basically from this full moon. Now, while you guys are picking your card pile number, card pile number 1, card pile number 2, card pile number 3, or card pile number 4, while you guys are picking, I do want to let you know that I do have a few new things in my Etsy shop. These candles are one of them. They are candles used as offerings for Baba Obatala. He is an Orisha and he is all about the mind, wisdom, mental clarity, guidance. And in my personal experience, he has helped me navigate the darkest corners of my life. And recently I kind of started working with him again, and it's been helping me a lot. So I did create some candles in the shop. These are actually personal candles I created for myself, but I decided to create some for the shop too while I was at it. And if you guys are interested, go ahead, head over to my Etsy shop. But basically it has a petition on there already, and it is infused with offerings for him. Essential oils, clear quartz crystal, and jasmine flowers, and silver, because he really likes silver. So yeah, if you guys are interested, head over to my Etsy shop. But let's get on with what is this full moon bringing. Group number 1, let's go ahead and start. What is this full moon bringing? Okay, so the first card that I see here is Adrift in Shallow Water. Take a few deep breaths and reconnect to your inner peace. Notice the small things and appreciate them. Interesting. Disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Oh man, the cards next to that. This is insane. The way this is coming together. Surrender the idea you can fix someone. Stubbornness. Knight of Cups. Romance, right? Emotions. I all of a sudden got a very heavy energy on my chest. Okay, so here's what's going on. Group number 1, I feel like there has been a lot of heaviness on your shoulders lately, and here's why. And I think the full moon is going to illuminate this. Is you don't focus on the little things that make you happy. I feel like you rush to get a goal accomplished, and you're so focused on the outcome that you miss the journey. You're so focused on the end result that you're not even focusing on the now. So this full moon is going to make you stop and focus on the now. Now, we also have surrender the idea that you can fix someone, and stubbornness. So there's somebody in your life that you feel like you need to help them. You need to guide them, you need to hold their hand, and it's draining a lot of your energy. And it's also causing a lot of resentment. And it's making you very stubborn, because I feel like whoever you are trying to help, you guys get into fights a lot, because you're just like, well, you keep telling me this is your problem, and I am telling you some solutions, but you're not doing it, and all you're doing is complaining. While I'm talking about this, I am getting chills. I don't know why, but this is a very strong energy, and I think the universe is going to pull you back from this person, because it's just draining your energy. It could be a coworker, it could be a relationship, it could be somebody in your house, it could be, say you're trying to get a loan and your loan officer is an asshole. You may need to get a new one. Think about it. Who is it in your life that you try to offer guidance and advice? Somebody that comes to you complaining, and now you're becoming stubborn. Now you're just like, you know what? I can't help you. The full moon is gonna make you say, I can't help you anymore, because it's not my job. and you're taking away my inner peace, and like you're causing so much resentment, and it's like I'm done. And the Knight of Cups is, this card especially, is somebody wanting to spoil you, somebody wanting to give you the world, somebody wanting to treat you so good. And I do feel like there's a block there, and the block is that you're focusing on the wrong people or the wrong things. I think this full moon is going to divert your attention to where it needs to be so that you feel more fulfilled. We have King of Wands and Temperance. So Temperance is all about balancing. Balance your work life with your home life, balancing your career with your home life, balancing your mind with your spirit. It's just balance. Where do you need to put more energy in, and where do you need to take energy out of? And it's you need to take your energy away from somebody that is sucking you dry. King of Wands. This is passionate energy, protection, right? So I feel like this full moon is going to cast this energy of protection around you and around your aura and stuff. I feel like a lot of you have reached out for help, reached out to your spirit guides, God, your higher self, the universe, whatever it is that you work with or pray to or believe in. You've been reaching out to them, and they are finally listening. And I think that they were waiting for something like this kind of a full moon in order to give you the energy that you need and to put you back into alignment. So I think this full moon is going to make a lot of you feel like you're aligned, because there's a sense of balance. The next card we have is Homeland, Arrival, a journey ending, right? Establishment, building, settling. So I do feel like it's like, yeah, fulfillment. That's what I'm getting from this card. This full moon is going to bring you a lot of protection and fulfillment. You're going to feel right. You're going to feel aligned. You're going to feel like, okay, I'm in the right place. I'm exactly where I need to be. And I feel like a lot of you have never felt that way, or even haven't felt that way in a long time. Now, these next two cards here are Connect with Your Womb and Milk Thistle. So the last two cards I like to pick are usually like, I want guidance from the universe to tell me what do I need to do. Sometimes we can't do it all in our mind. It's a lot. It's hard. It's confusing, it's complicated, sometimes we need the help of physical direction from the universe, kind of like assignments or homework from the universe. So connect with your womb. Now, if you're a guy, you don't have a womb. So basically what this is saying is connect back to your creativity, your sacral chakra. We all have a sacral chakra, and this chakra governs our creativity, sex, orgasm, high vibrations, love, right? So focus on these things. Focus on being creative, let out your artist, that inner artist inside of you. And this could be like, for me, getting creative could be as simple as cooking a meal, because that's art to me, right? You're mixing herbs and you're mixing ingredients and you're making something. Then the way that you present it on a plate, it's so fun for me. But find something that connects you with your creativity this full moon. Actually, let me reword that. I really feel like this full moon is going to push you to connect with your creativity. You're going to want to be creative. You're going to want to do something where you feel like you just created art. And another thing I see here is Milk Thistle. Milk Thistle is something you can use to really direct energy in the direction you want. So actually I have fields around my house that have dried milk thistle all over it, and I didn't even know what this was until I got this deck of cards right here. When I was going through it and studying it and reading up on it, I was like, this plant looks really familiar, and I realized it's abundant over here. So I felt like I was being called to work with milk thistle. Like it came to me in a way. So milk thistle is very energetic. You communicate with it, use it, right? You can get milk thistle online and use it in candles to direct energy where you need to direct it. Say you want to be more creative, but you don't really know how. Sprinkle a little bit of milk thistle in a candle and focus your intention on bringing in creative energy within yourself and light the candle. If you can do this with a orange candle, because orange is all about creativity. It is a sacral chakra color. So yeah, work with the milk thistle. If you want to maybe research more about milk thistle, or you can even take supplements, but always make sure to check with your doctor and like be safe when you're using supplements and stuff. But you can even take milk thistle supplements. I know my mom was taking it for her heart and stuff. It's really good for heart. So that is your reading, group number 1. That is what the full moon is bringing. A lot of creative energy and kind of just discerning yourself from needy people in your life, because they're taking away too much of your energy, and they're taking you away from things and people that just want to spoil you. It's creating a block. So it's time to let it go. Like, it's time to focus on your home, your life, what makes you feel established, what makes you feel fulfilled. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you want to book a reading with me, you can book one on Etsy, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. For everybody that picked card group number 2, let's go ahead and see what the full moon is bringing. So right off the bat, looking at all of these cards, it's a lot of bright energy. So a lot of, I feel like high vibrations are coming in with this full moon in your life. First, we have here, rediscover your zeal. So pay attention to the passion you're feeling for discovery, learning, exploration, spirituality, travel, your work, or your relationship. Passion and desire go together, especially as inspiration. So if you guys saw my 5 things you should know about this full moon in Capricorn, you know that you're going to feel this passion awakening within you during this full moon. And for you guys, especially group number 2, it seems like it's strong. This passion that's awakening is very, very strong. It could be for a new hobby. It could be for a new job, or a relationship. It could be for some activity, I don't know what it is, but it makes you feel like you're adding color into your life. And then we have here, convey your meaning. Speak your truth. Like, look at the way that you communicate with people. Are you easy to approach? Do you let your thoughts be known? Do you let your thoughts be known in a nice way, or do you let it be known in like an aggressive way? I think this full moon is going to illuminate how you communicate. And that's very interesting because we have the Song of the Siren here, and this is summoning voice to acknowledge. This is all about the throat chakra. A lot of energy in your throat chakra. So I feel like a lot of you, group number 2, are going to be expressing yourself a lot. You're going to be expressing yourself very passionately. So that means you're not going to take bullshit from anyone. You're going to say what's on your mind, actually. And that's it. Like, you're going to be you. You're going to be you because you accept yourself finally. This full moon is going to help you accept yourself and disregard the outdated. Like, this full moon is going to be like, okay, this is an aspect of yourself that doesn't belong with you anymore. You're growing, you've changed, and it's time to let it go. And you're going to let it go. Now the next card we have here, we have 7 of Wands and Queen of Pentacles. 7 of Wands. So here we have a lady sitting in deep meditation. So this is again passion. But passion is a very fiery energy, right? It's inspired action, it's motivation, it's passion, it's an awakening energy, it's an up energy. But your passions are going to actually put you in a meditative state. So whatever you choose to do right now during the full moon, and I do feel like you're going to be pushed to do certain things this full moon that have everything to do with your passion. Expect to feel really, really passionate. Like, If you're in a relationship, some passionate sex is coming. If you love to cook, you're gonna be like cooking extra this full moon. If you love to shop, if you're passionate about shopping, you're gonna shop this full moon. So whatever it is that you're passionate about, that's gonna be amplified. Queen of Pentacles, whatever it is you're passionate about, it is gonna connect you to our physical world, to the earth, like earth. So it's gonna ground you. A lot of grounding energy, which when you ground yourself, you feel a lot more at peace in your mind, because you're dispersing that energy in your mind all throughout all your chakras, so you don't feel so much energy in your mind, your third eye and your crown chakra. When there's too much energy there, you feel just misaligned and crazy and chaotic and confused. So I do feel like that's an energy that's kind of going away. Then we have Queen of Wands. Again, all about passion. Queen of Passions. This, whatever you're going to be doing, it's going to awaken that divine feminine energy within you. So this passion is going to awaken like goddess-like energy within you. And this goes even if you're more masculine or even if you're a guy, like you're just going to want to be more nurturing, more kind. You're going to want to listen more and understand more. You're going to show more compassion. It's just a softer energy coming in for you guys. Very beautiful, softer energy. And now, one thing I do want to say that I keep hearing is soft doesn't mean weak. That's a big one. That's like Seven of Wands, right? You're passionate, you're fiery, but you're still soft and calm and like in a trance. Throat chakra awakening, definitely. Divination. A lot of you guys are going to be channeling messages through your mind, through your crown chakra. Sometimes our crown chakra opens up for just a little bit, and that's when ideas come to you. So write these ideas down. Maybe you get an idea to start a new business. Maybe you get an idea to start a new activity. Maybe you get an idea of like, hey, I want to go to the beach or something, which I don't think we can do right now because of quarantine and all that. But you're just going to get ideas. And it's important to listen, because your spirit guides and the universe and your ancestors even, they're trying to send you messages. So use forms of divination. You can get a deck of cards, or tarot cards. You can use a Ouija board. You can use a pendulum. Do some kind of divination. It can be even as simple as you write on a piece of paper yes and no. You crumple them up, put it in a bowl, and you ask a question and you pick it. That's divination too. So yeah, find a form of divination. And I think that this full moon is going to illuminate the right kind of divination for you. Like for example, for me, like tarot cards and oracle cards is my second favorite form of divination. My first form of divination is something else. It's a ritual that I do with my spirit guides, and that's how I receive messages and clarity from myself. But I do these readings for my channel and stuff. So find what works for you. Find your form of divination. Now the next two things that I see here is echinacea and make a meal. So the last two cards that I usually like to pick lately is directions from the universe, like homework assignments from the universe, so that we can align with the energy. So this full moon, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be cooking, using the element of fire, using element of earth with all the herbs and ingredients you're going to be using. All the smoke coming out of your meal, that's air. And swords is the knives that you're going to be using to cut your meal and prep your meal. So it's all the elements, water, air, fire, and earth. So a lot of you guys are going to be cooking and having fun with it. The last card that we have here is echinacea. So echinacea is something that you use to fortify your energy. So I think a lot of you would benefit from using echinacea. You can use it in your cooking, you can use it in tea, you can use it, sprinkle it around your yard. You can use it in your magical workings where you put it in a candle and you light the candle. There's so many ways to use it, but I do feel like you, group number 2 especially, are called to use this herb when you're cooking. I think you can get some on Amazon. You can get echinacea tea. And what I like to do is sometimes I'll get the tea if I see it in the store, and I'll bring it home and I will take a few of the tea bags and rip it open and use the herbs inside. That's like a nice, easy, cheap way to use herbs that you need, like when you need it and you can't really get it, just use the tea form, because it is the same thing. It's the herb in little tea bags. So I hope that this reading gave you guys clarity and some guidance for the full moon. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to purchase a reading from me, go ahead and head over to my Etsy shop and you can purchase one there, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye. For everyone that picked card group number 3, let's start your reading. I think this is the best reading of them all. Like, this is the best pile of them all. This is life-changing. For everyone that picked group number 3, there is major life changes going on in your life right now. And let's get into it. Let's get into what's going on, why it's happening, and what is coming. Because, first of all, I used 2 tarot decks, and 2 different tarot decks, right? Now the same exact card popped out for you guys, group number 3, from 2 different tarot decks, like Page of Swords. Very intense, very strong message for you. There's something you're learning. There's something you're studying. Sorry if I sound nasally, I got some allergy issues, but which, by the way, you know what? I'm actually researching a lot about natural ways to fix my asthma and my allergies. I've had this since I was a little girl, and I've been on medication for it forever. And now I'm at the point in my life where I want to get away from, I don't want to be dependent on inhalers and asthma medications and allergy medications. And I also spiritually feel like there's a lot going on in my headspace area, and that's why I'm so nasally and so much mucus and so much like allergies and all that stuff in my headspace area, because I feel like I need to disperse the energy that's in my head. I have some work to do too, so I don't know, I felt like sharing that with you guys before I started the reading. But let's go ahead and start. The first card we have here is Life is Better Together. Seek assistance from your community. Connect with family, friends, or others who will support you, and it can be as simple as making a phone call. Right next to that card we have Use your sensitivity to know when to act. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like. Interesting. And right under that we have Reflections. What you contemplate can actualize. So I feel like a lot of things you've been manifesting lately, kind of without even knowing it, unconsciously, is somewhat of negative things. And I feel like you have been manifesting a reality where you are constantly diverting from your path. You want something else, but everybody tells you it's not possible, it's not attainable, it's not realistic, blah, 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 blah. And for a long, long time, those thoughts created fear within you and created a lot of resistance and a lot of blocks and a lot of confusion in like, where do I need to go then? Well, like, what do I need to do with my life now? And I feel like there's a lot of paths that you have chosen throughout your life that were not your own decision. These were paths that maybe your family chose for you, or society, or you thought that it was the right thing to do. Like, for example, say your whole entire childhood, your parents drill into your head that when you grow up, you have to become a doctor. It's the only thing that like will sustain you. It will make the family name so good, and they just put so much pressure on you. They put fear inside of you that if you don't do this, you're going to be such a disappointment and a failure at life. So whatever it was, there was definitely some seeds planted within you that created so much fear and diverted you from what you truly wanted to do. And now this full moon is like, nope. People have told you that what you wanted was forbidden. Maybe you didn't want to be a doctor. Maybe you wanted to be an artist. Maybe you wanted to be a cook. Maybe you wanted to be a professional swimmer. I don't know. But I think now you are stepping into that path without fear. This full moon is going to suck the fear right out of you because you have 2 Page of Swords. Page of Swords, all about learning. This is all about learning something. So I feel like a lot of you are studying something. So I don't know, maybe a lot of you have picked up studying tarot. Maybe a lot of you have picked up studying some form of divination, pendulums. Maybe you have, maybe you're studying gardening. Maybe you're studying law to know your rights. Whatever it is, it's gonna take you really, really, really far. Really far. It's gonna relax your energy. Oh man, when you consume this information, and I feel like it's different for a lot of, like, each one of you, it's different. For one of you, maybe you're studying Ayurvedic remedies. Maybe another person is studying fashion. I don't know, but whatever it is you're studying, keep doing it. For a lot of you, it could be you find this newfound passion for reading. And with reading, your awareness is expanding. With reading, you're realizing a lot of these things that you thought were forbidden or were not for you. You feel like, you know what? I can do this. I can achieve this. So what? Somebody told me that I can't do something. What is it that I believe? Because reflections, what you contemplate, can actualize. For so long, your thoughts were influenced by others or other things or situations or circumstances, media, whatever it was. But now, your thoughts are going to be influenced by only you and what information you are consuming from your own free will. That's what the full moon is bringing to you guys. And it's going to make you connect to flow energy. When you're in flow energy, what happens? You're aligned. You are going to see so many synchronicities this full moon. You might even manifest so many things during this full moon. You guys are very, very lucky. It's a lot of luck energy, synchronistic energy. To me, luck equals synchronicity. That's what luck is to me. It's just, you're so aligned that some things and people, situations pop up into your life and you just feel lucky. Or people say, oh my God, you're so lucky. It's not luck. It's that you're so aligned. That's what flow like water is telling us. You are going to be, what is that term that Abraham Hicks always uses? I forgot what she always says, but it is, you're tapping into like this energy or this different dimension where I can't even explain it into words. You feel right. And then we have the Apple. So the last 2 cards that I've been reading with, and forgive my nails, I have not even had the time to paint them. They look so ratchet. But anyways, flow like water and Apple. So the last 2 cards that I like to pick lately is kind of like homework assignments from the universe. You know, like physical things we can do. Flow like water is one of them for you guys, which means baths, shower, swimming, maybe get a pool, right? And put it in your backyard and go swimming. Connect with water energy because it's going to help you connect with all of these energies even more. Also, the moon is extremely connected to water. So just you're being called to use water a lot. And another thing I keep hearing is, remember, we as human beings are made up of, well, I think 60 to 70% of water. So we have that in our body. And water retains memory. It can hold memory. You can program it. You can infuse it. So infuse that water that's within your own body. How? You can use crystals. You can program the water that you're drinking right on the glass. I all of a sudden got really nauseous. So something that I've been reading, and I've been reading the book called The Psychic Witch, and I've been learning so much, you guys. If you guys are practicing like rituals and stuff, read that book, Psychic Witch. One thing I learned in that book is when you're doing divination work, or when you're anytime really, like when you're around certain people, certain energies, pay attention to what happens in your body, because that's signals from your subconscious mind telling you messages that you can understand in your own way. You know, so for me to just right now just all of a sudden get nauseous, and it's really weird, is it's telling me that whatever you're going to be releasing right now, it's whatever influence was like holding you captive, holding you hostage, whatever it was. The moment you let it go, you might even throw up. The moment you let this go, it's gonna make you feel so sick to your stomach that you are holding this toxic garbage within you. That you may, like, if you feel nauseous, kind of take it as a sign that, of course, you know, if you feel nauseous, you gotta check with your doctor and stuff. I have to say that, but just pay attention to where you feel nauseous, why you feel nauseous, what made, like, what energy were you around, what people were you around, what was on the TV, what was playing, what sounds were you near, what was your environment. Pay attention to what that was. And if you feel like throwing up, if you do throw up, you're throwing up that negativity out of your body. I've had a lot of clients where when they do cleansing work and cleansing rituals and stuff, purification rituals, I've had more than a few that will throw up, and they'll throw up like weird stuff, like green mucus and stuff, like, and it's just toxic, like, build up inside of your body. And a lot of the times it's physical manifestations of spiritual negativity. Like, so yeah, that was weird. Okay, so apple, something that you have been taught all your life that you couldn't achieve, that you couldn't have, that you were forbidden to have. You are going to consume the knowledge that you need, consume everything you need about it, and you're going to step right into it, and you're going to manifest it. So for example, you didn't want to be a doctor, you wanted to be an artist, but it was forbidden because it's not going to provide a good income, it's not a real job, whatever, right? Now you're just like, nope, that's what I'm going to do. And all this knowledge you're going to be consuming is going to move you forward, open the doors. It's going to pave your path. It's going to pave your path in perfect alignment. Now with this card too, I do feel like there's some loyal people in your life, and you need to hold on to those people because they're going to support you. So that was your reading. Oh, actually, before I end your reading, apples. Use apples in your rituals because it's going to help you open the doors to get to where you need to go. So you do apple rituals, use apples in candles, maybe cut an apple open and light a tea light on top of it. Carve your intention into the apple and light a tea light on top of the apple. Really use apples though. So that was your reading. I hope that you guys found this useful and got some clarity for the full moon. Actually, holy shit. On the night of the full moon, I think you guys, specifically group number 3, get a little cup of water, put it underneath the light of the full moon, and if you can get an apple, it doesn't matter if it's green, red, whatever, cut it so that the star is showing, carve your intention into it, and offer it to the moon. I think I'm gonna do that too. I may even upload a video on Patreon. If you guys want to see that, let me know. But yeah, that was your reading. If you guys want to book a personal reading with me, go ahead and head over to Etsy, and you can do so over there. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a very wonderful full moon, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye. for everybody that picked card group number 4. Let's go ahead and see what this full moon is bringing for you guys. All right, so group number 3 was a very intense reading, so I get like, it was energizing. It lifted me up, so I'm ready to go with this. So the fact that the group number 3 reading was that kind of energy and it came right before your reading, so I do feel like that's an energy that is coming in for you, is this uplifting, this energized energy. And I feel it also with the Ace of Wands here. Okay, first thing we see here is push to surface. You may have become complacent. You might be stalling or in need of a new surge of energy. Become aware of the dynamics of your life. Then we have empower yourself. Tune into your personal power. Oh my God. Tune into your personal power. Then we have the Ginger card with the power. So a lot of synchronicity here. A lot of synchronicity here. So I feel like a lot of you have been feeling stagnant, like stagnant energy, not moving forward, feeling stuck, feeling like you know there's something wrong, but you just can't put your finger on it, feeling like you're losing your sense of power, and your sense of drive, like energy to even get up and do something. So something I see here is the prayer and the ego card, which is really interesting. So your ego has consumed you. Now, I've been reading this book called The Psychic Witch, and I have been learning so much. And I mentioned this on Patreon, where I'm not, just because I read tarot doesn't mean like I know everything, you know? I'm still learning so much, and I'm learning as I go, experiencing, researching, trying, testing, like all this stuff, you know, and whatever I learn, whatever works for me, I share it with you guys. So I've been reading The Psychic Witch, and I've been watching a lot of these spiritual YouTubers too, and kind of just got caught up in the advice that they would give, that sometimes you got to dig deep and go into your childhood and see what triggers and emotions and anxiety stemmed from your childhood. Now, what I realized is for about a year, I kept digging inside myself. And I feel like I dug out the negative, I dug out the toxic, but then I couldn't stop. I kept digging. And then I kind of just, after reading the book, I had this like image in my mind of a small version of me inside myself with a big heavy shovel, and I'm digging and I'm digging, and I found what I needed, I dug it out, but now I keep digging. And it's because I listened to a lot of these like spiritual guides on YouTube, and in my experience, what I took from it is to keep digging. And I realized that I was creating even more wounds and damage by digging more and more and more. So I feel like stop digging stop digging to find out what's wrong and focus on other things. Prayer. I don't believe in prayer. I feel like this card should be worded surrender to manifestation, because I feel like praying and manifesting is the same thing. That's my opinion. So when whatever you do to manifest, or however you speak to your deities, your spirit guides, your ancestors, do that. And another thing I learned from that book, The Psychic Witch, is we have been taught to completely disempower and dismantle our ego, but our ego is our sense of self in the physical realm. Like in our human life, it's our kind of like our identity. And that was eye-opening for me. So I just felt like sharing that with you guys. Like, yeah, disempower your ego, but you kind of need it as a human being too. But it's so important that you take your power back from your ego and don't let it ruin you. Don't let it guide, don't let it have power over you. What that means is, like, say you found the love of your life and everything's going so good, and all of a sudden your ego starts creeping in, and it's like, hey, it's time to get suspicious. It's time to snoop. It's time to be like, I don't think you can trust this person. how they don't, there's a difference of opinion, you can't trust them. So your ego will feed you a lot of negative shit, but it's really important that you go deep within yourself, the moon card, and you make the decision of what's right and wrong. Don't let your ego influence you. Don't let someone else influence you. Don't let TV or social media influence you. But also keep your ego there, because it's there to protect you no matter what. But sometimes it just does too much, so you gotta shut it up. And the way you do that is you have to go into your own sanctuary. You have to go into your own personal space. Like a lot of you, this full moon are going to be drawn to take care of your physical body and your physical appearance. So that means you probably will focus on maybe doing your nails, maybe taking a bath, doing your eyebrows, I don't know, maybe doing a hair mask, whatever you do as your beauty ritual. This full moon, you're going to do it and you're going to really enjoy it, and it's going to give you this sense of peace and power over yourself again, power over your life again. With the moon card, it's all about going inside yourself, going inside your emotions, going within. But this time, instead of like being so distracted by your emotions are going to lead you up and lift you up in ascension. That's a word I keep hearing in my mind, ascension. You're gonna find that your emotions lift you up, and you're not gonna drown in them anymore with this full moon, because you have power now. This full moon is going to give you a lot of power. And I'm gonna also get into how you can tap into that power even more, because the cards are saying you can, and the cards are saying exactly how you can. So I'll get into that towards the end of the reading, but we have the Hierophant and the Six of Wands and the Ace of Wands. A lot of passion, a lot of like, Six of Wands is recognition. So you are going to be recognized for the work that you're doing. Like the power that you are consuming, the power that you are harnessing right now, that you're conjuring, people are going to see it. People are going to feel it. And people are going to like come up to you and be like, hey, something seems so different about you. What are you doing? Like, it's just, you have this glow, or you just seem different. You seem like you're more in control. You seem like you have your stuff together. It's that kind of energy that you're going to get recognized for. The Hierophant is ascension. It's you tapping into your spiritual self and your emotional self so much that you reach this almost like enlightenment kind of an energy, enlightenment kind of a feeling. Spiritual bliss is coming for you this full moon with these cards. Another thing that I see is sanctuary. So this full moon, you're gonna also feel the need to retreat and kind of like take a bath or just be by yourself, reflect. What I heard is you're going to bask in your own power. You see this lady, like she's alone, she's in her bath, but it's not sad. She's basking in her own power. Like, another thing is, remember, water retains memory. Water can be programmed and infused. So work with water in that way. This also came up for group number 3. You know what? You guys should watch group number 3's reading, because I feel like it has a lot to do with you. There's messages in there for you, especially the water. Program your water. So if you take a bath, put some crystals in your bath water, put some essential oils in your bath water, use ginger in your bath water, hint hint, which comes to, actually that's the last card in your reading. Use ginger to take your power back. Use ginger to align more with your power during this full moon. Use ginger to draw down power from the moon into yourself. So you can actually, there's a few ways you can do this. You can you can make ginger tea and drink it. You can make ginger tea and put it underneath the light of the full moon and then drink that. You can use ginger in a candle. You can use ginger powder in candles. You can use ginger in your bath water. But use ginger. You can, I have a bag of ginger in my fridge that I was like, I don't know what to do with it. I think what I'm gonna do is actually put it underneath the light of the full moon. because you're gonna infuse that ginger with the energy, the power of the full moon. And it's a lunar eclipse on top of that. So you guys, get your ginger out on Sunday and work with it, program it, use it. You can also make like ginger ale. You can also drink ginger ale. You can cook with ginger on the night of the full moon. Just play with ginger, because there's so much power that you're gonna be tapping into and harnessing. It's insane. And this power is gonna come from your ability to control your emotions now. They don't control you. You control your energy, you control your emotions. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. All right, you guys, that was your reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a really great full moon. If you guys do end up using ginger, let me know how you use it, what you do with it, and I'll talk to you real soon. Bye.